What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a deep dive into one of the basketball world's brightest young stars, a potential 2020 NBA lottery pick and a very possible #1 overall selection, Lamelo Ball. Before we get started, please like the video, subscribe if you like the NBA or just basketball content in general, and comment below where you think he will be selected come draft night. Now, let's get started. Today, Lamelo Ball is an already established professional and household name. He was probably the planet's most famous prep player as early as 4 years ago. His oldest brother Lonzo was the #2 overall selection in the 2017 NBA draft, and his other older brother LiAngelo briefly made an NBA G League roster prior to the ongoing hiatus. As you can imagine, growing up alongside these two has helped him immensely in honing his basketball skills. As it stands today, Lamelo is entering the NBA draft as a 6'7" point guard, though according to his father LeVar, he thinks Melo could thrive in the league just as well as a scoring guard if the team fit was necessary. At either position, however, when we look at the physical tools, we see Melo has a good advantage over his peers. No other potential first-round draft pick guard has his size or presumed length. However, it must be brought up that even though he has some dazzling dunks under his belt in high school, Europe, and most recently the NBL, his athleticism is relatively weak when compared to other similar-sized or even smaller lottery picks. But you must remember, he is still very young, at only 18 years of age, so it is definitely understandable to consider that he has not filled out his frame yet. When compared to his brothers though, it does appear, at least superficially, he is set to be on the leaner side, similar to Lonzo, rather than the bulky LiAngelo or his father LeVar. So I do not think the athleticism will progress much more. However, we must remember that this is the NBA, not track and field. You do not have to be the best athlete in your class, you have to be the best player. Lamelo has evolved a ton over the years right before everyone's eyes. I first saw him play when he was about 12 years old in an AAU tournament when my younger brother was also playing it. Then I tuned in for all the Lithuania, JBA, JBA USA, Spire, and now NBL games. So as it stands, about 6 years of growth. He is a very crafty point guard. His ball handling and passing abilities, I believe, are even better than modern day Lonzo's. He uses misdirection as well as anyone can, and he seems fully confident and capable of using either hand to make quick, sneaky passes or long-range outlets. And though the narrative has always been painted that he is a poor decision maker on his pull-up jump shots, especially from deep, with Illawarra, we finally saw him buy into an offensive system and resist these mixtape chasing chucks. Some scouts and wannabe scouts like myself like to point to his 25% three-point shooting clip as a major negative, but at the same time will ignore other lottery picks, Anthony Edwards and Isaac Okoro's similar accuracy. I am not saying this is not an issue, but considering his age and the fact he was going up against grown men in a well-respected professional league, I'm going to assume that this can be improved upon. Plus, 4 out of the 5 past #1 overall selections were not good three-point shooters, so obviously this is not that big of a deal. I cut him slack there, but the biggest genuine gripe of Lamelo's game, however, remains his defensive effort. It is not a question of whether he can play solid defense, it is will he be interested. NBA court time is precious. Players who excel on offense but are lazy defensively are quickly ushered out of the league. Fans of Melo have always said that when it starts to matter, he will take the defensive half of the game more seriously. But it is almost draft day and we are not fully clear what that looks like. From the games which I have seen, not just mixtapes and statistics, Melo is a below average off-ball defender and slightly above average on-ball guard. He does ball watch a bit too much, but he is crafty and can poke the ball free from his man or intercept passes with the best of them from time to time. In the NBA, you have to be fully engaged at all times, especially as a rookie. When Lonzo entered the league, he had the same poor shooting numbers, but his court vision and defensive ability were what kept him relevant. Lamelo is looking extremely similar, except better court vision, but worse defense. Overall, I really like Lamelo Ball as a prospect, and given how weak this year's draft class looks, it is very safe to assume he will be selected in the top 5. What is interesting, however, is that 3 of the 4 worst teams in the league, that being the Warriors, Timberwolves, and Hawks, all already have established all-star point guards who would not trade them away anytime soon. Then the other bad teams like the Cavaliers, Bulls, Hornets, and Suns already have promising or established veteran players in that role. But I suppose any of these teams could make some sort of move to fit him in, or just have him come off the bench for a year if they think that is the best fit. In reality, it is the Pistons and Knicks who desperately need him the most, as neither team have a point guard in their future plans. Plus, you could throw in the Wizards, as they may be interested if the return of John Wall looks bleak. The other option to bring up is these bad teams with a guard could just draft Melo but use him as trade bait. He could definitely be shopped for a lower pick along with some other player or combination of players. In conclusion, just saying he is a blank pick in the coming draft is impossible at this point because too many variables remain with the draft lottery before anyone can be more specific. However, the point of this video was to give a little insight into the prospect. I am a fan of Lamelo and I look forward to seeing what he can become in the league. Thank you guys for watching this far into the video. Please like the video and leave a comment below letting me know what you think of Lamelo Ball. Let me know if my analysis of his game was fair and where you think he will be selected or ultimately end up. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all next time.